Hiya, I'm Kadeja.
And I'm Taylor.
And this is the Degrassi Authority.
Yay! Woo! Woo!
We are here right now to talk about Tristan.
Tristan Milligan.
Tristan.
Yes. We have had a lot of things happen with Tristan.
Okay, first off, I'm going to say, I don't think Tristan has parents. I've never once seen his parents. We've seen everyone else's parents at least once, briefly. Like, we've even seen Zig's mom, like, a couple times. You don't have to see them all the time, but you at least got to see them existing in some sense of the word.
I've never seen his parents, and I've never seen Winston's parents. But I feel like it's even worse with Tristan, because he's been here for a couple
seasons. Winston, I understand, because he's newer, you know? Yeah, but Tristan, you got no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
He's an orphan.
He's
living in that house that Zig was living in that one summer. He's squatting there. That's exactly where he is.
And it's like, it's funny because, it's even worse because Tristan's brother, Owen, was on the show for a while. And we never saw his parents.
I know. Their parents don't exist. They don't exist.
So I feel like
it's not that hard to just choose two random adults and put them in Degrassi just to say they're the show. Even if we just see their like silhouette in the car picking Tristan up.
It's even worse because Tristan. That's what I'm saying. Like his parents have been like a part of there. His parents should have been. His family has been a part of the show for years now, and we've never seen them. And his brother graduated last year, and his parents weren't there. I feel like that was the time they could have just they could have just dropped him in there.
There's so many instances where there could have been some parent interaction. All the times that Maya and Tristan snuck out to parties. What did Tristan's parents think about that?
Because you see Maya's mom be like, "Where were you?" And you see Tristan. He's been in plays. He's been in numerous plays. They could have been to at least the first one or something. Like, "Oh, Tristan, we're so proud of you."
Only once have they even really mentioned his parents.
Yeah,
when he was on the phone with them saying like, "Mom, you were supposed to pick me up." "What do you mean Dad was supposed to pick me up?" "No, you said you were going to pick me up." "Who's going to pick me up?" And of course, that gives us the idea that they're very absentee parents. But Degrassi doesn't build on that at all. They could have easily showed Tristan at home and the parents be like, "Oh, honey, I got to go." And him be like, "Oh, again?" And then we solidify the fact that they are absentee parents. But his parents literally just don't exist.
I feel like that's a storyline in itself.
It could be. That could be an episode.
Yeah. Well, like how Tristan's like, like maybe Tristan. Oh, I have a good idea. Tristan and Zig Tristan and Maya and Zig are chilling. And Tristan's like helping Zig make dinner, and Zig's like, "Wow, you're really good at this, Tris." And he's like, "Yeah, had to make dinner for myself a lot because my parents weren't there."
Something.
There's an entry for a whole episode. They can build on this for a whole episode.
I feel like they're trying to give us that idea, but you have to solidify that idea.
That was
you
a writing
just
prompt.
Say it like 5 seconds in passing and expect that to explain everything about why we don't see his parents. It doesn't explain it.
It doesn't.
So explain it, please.
You're right. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I mean,
but yeah.
Let's kind of get more into Tristan.
Tristan, we see him first in season 12. It was season 12 that they come.
Was it 12 or 13?
Because he came at the same time as Maya. I think we discussed it last time that it was 12.
Okay.
Yeah, season 12, and he's best friends with Tori.
Yes.
Like, they're thick as thieves, and Tristan's actually a little chubbier then.
Yes.
He's like, freshly gay. Like, he's
out.
A caterpillar who just busted out of the gay cocoon. Like, no joke.
Yeah. He's all out of the closet and ready to grow. I don't know.
Wearing these stupid hats.
I feel like he used to wear like
fedora.
I was just gonna say fedora. Nobody should wear fedoras, okay? That you're gay. You're supposed to know this, honey. Like, you do fedoras, really?
I think there's only like one. I think Neo's like the only person that I'm okay with wearing a fedora. To be perfectly
who are you?
honest,
Jason Mraz.
Like even him, I don't even like it when Jason Mraz does it. Honestly,
I honestly am only okay with it because I've never seen him in not a fedora. Like I've never seen his head. Just like
I've seen his head.
Have
I listened to some of his music and I've seen his head. He doesn't sound like the kind of person who wears a fedora. He just doesn't. So I'm not okay with it.
The only reason I am okay, as I said, is I've only seen Jason Mraz in a fedora. Like I feel like a fedora is Jason Mraz. Like that's who that is.
It's like guys pairing blazers with jeans. There's only one person I allow to do that. Freaking Paul Elliott. Paul Elliott from our high school. He's the only person that I don't get upset when I see him wearing blazer and jeans. Like, I get weirded out when I don't see him in a blazer and jeans.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Like, one time I saw him at the school, like, day in the park, and he was wearing shorts, and I was weirded out. But I was like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah. But anyway,
and then,
Tristan's a little chubby. He's just out of the gay closet.
He's all, we're me and my homegirl, it's the beauty queen and the gay boy chilling, because that's not cliche at all. And so Tristan, is this when he wants a boyfriend at one point? Or no, he doesn't. Well, I mean, he wants a boyfriend most of the time. But anywho, he gets into this play. I think this is the first like big thing I've seen about Tristan. He gets into the play, and it's called Romeo and Jules.
Yeah,
it's a gay version of Romeo and Juliet, and everyone's like, "Whoa, it's so breaking edge." Except for Becky
Not
Baker.
everyone, yeah.
And her brother, they're like, "Mm-mm."
And didn't Becky Baker's parents even tried to get the play shut down? Their church community.
Yeah.
They're like, but they tried to hide behind saying, "Oh, we just don't want to glorify suicide." No, you just don't like the fact that it's about two gay men.
Exactly.
So stop lying.
Get your whole life, please.
Yeah.
And then so he's like, yeah, I'm in a gay play. I'm a gay boy. I'm here. I'm queer, and I'm proud, or something. Yeah. And so, but at the end, he ends up running away because he doesn't want to have his first kiss on stage. So Tori kisses him, which doesn't count. But, she does it, and she's like, you got your first kiss. You go out there, kiddo. So he does it. He kills it. Can I just say this? That song that they had in the play, I used to jam out to that all the time. I used to sing that in the shower. It was like, hold on, let me see something. It was like, it was from because remember it was a musical, and remember Dave was in it?
Yeah.
And Dave, and he was like, you are the sun, the moon in the night.
Okay,
you
I remember
my
that.
Everything.
Yeah,
everything's
I remember
alright. Yeah. I used to sing that song in the shower, so I just want to point that out, that was my like jam for some reason. But yeah, back to Tristan.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that happens. There's another little plot line where you see him like he hit on Adam because he was gay, because he thought it was a boy, and Adam
thought he was a gay boy.
Yeah, and because he saw the pin thing, because he didn't know Adam was trans. He thought Adam was just a boy, like a cis boy, and
he is a boy.
Yeah, so I said a cis boy, like he thought he was like born
a natural. Well,
he thought he was
so
born
hard to
male.
be politically correct.
Yeah,
we're trying so hard not to sound at all like we're judging, but we don't know all the vocabulary.
So he thought he was cis, and so that's why he just thought he was like a cis gay boy. But he finds out that he's trans, and it's an awakening for Adam, because he's like, I'm passing, and So that's like a little plot line. But
and Tori even tried to set them up.
Yeah, she did, didn't she? She did. And then
Tori just...
Tori.
I have such mixed feelings about Tori.
I do too, but I feel like let me just say this. I feel like my biggest mixed feeling about my biggest pet peeve with Tori is not even with Tori. It's with the Degrassi writers for using her. She was the girl who played Craig's little sister in like old Degrassi. And they did not bring her back as Craig's little sister. And I will always have a bone to pick with the writers for that. Like, oh my god. What was her? Angela Jeremiah. That was her name, Angela. Why would you bring her back as Tori? What the world? Why? Why would you not
before she gets on a tangent.
I'm sorry.
It's back to Tristan.
I'm sorry. I'm just mad about that. So, but this is Tristan's bio.
Let it be at rest. Tori has moved away.
I'm still mad about that. But anyway, Tristan. So, we get a little bit more into Tristan's life when he sees this boy named Fab, which is a dumb name, because he's a stagehand during Romeo and Jules, and it's a stupid name.
Oh wait, before Fab, Tristan went on his whole health kick.
I thought he went on his health kick with Fab. That's what I was about to talk about.
No, I think it started beforehand.
Okay, yeah, I was just about to talk about the health kick, but anyway, so yeah, he goes on this health kick because, as we said, he's a bit chubby. He's not like
he's like average size.
Yeah, but I guess he feels he's chubby, and so he's like, he goes on this health kick, and it's just, it's not just exercise. It's
starvation.
Yeah, and doesn't he start using diet pills and stuff? He's like 14. He's not supposed to be using that stuff until
he's not supposed to know those things exist.
Yeah, and it's just crazy. He's like popping these diet pills, drinking only water,
passing out on the treadmill.
Yeah, and so he's just like, yeah, and then his brother starts getting concerned for him. Owen.
He's like, Kai, do you want us to like come up with a regimen for you?
Yeah,
like, you need to work at a certain pace.
This is not how you do it, bro. Which side note was really strange for Owen to be saying, because Owen was not the kind of person that you'd be like.
But I did think that Tristan and Owen's relationship, it always kind of warmed my heart a little bit.
Yeah, it was cute.
But it was another instance of Degrassi not elaborating on a sibling relationship.
Oh my gosh.
Because there was something, Owen was the typical big brother who ragged on his little brother, but at the same time, if anybody tried to talk crap about Tristan, he wasn't going to have it.
Exactly. Yeah, it was weird because Owen was like, before Tristan came along,
Owen was like the bully.
Yeah, he was like a bully, and he was like really like weird. Like he was just not. He wasn't like the kind of guy you just want to be around, you know.
Yeah,
he hung out with the not cool, not too favorable kids, and it was like, but then find out that he's a big brother, and
he's got a warm spot for Tristan.
For Tristan, yeah, he plays the role of protector for Tristan, like very.
I would have more thought that he would throw Tristan under the bus, if anything,
based
on how they portrayed him.
Exactly, before. Yeah, because yeah, and he's very like I don't know, he's just like he's actually a pretty good big brother, and it's really weird. But yeah, so that's Tristan. That's one of Tristan's relationships. We talked about his relationship with Tori.
So yeah, Tristan starved himself.
Yeah,
and then enter Fab.
And then
it got even more. That's when it became even more. Because he started a little bit before. Then he met Fab.
Yeah,
in the yoga thing. And
I gotta be I guess skinny for Fab.
Yeah.
And so
what kind of name is Fab?
I'm sorry
name if anybody named Fab is watching this. But if you are Fab who's watching, please write a comment and let us know exactly where your name came from, because I'm very curious.
You know what? I was just going to say, no, you just need a nickname. I'm sorry, buddy.
I was trying not to insult you.
Yeah, I was too, but I was trying, and then I was like, I can't, I just, Fab.
She doesn't have a heart.
Fab.
I apologize for her.
I'm sorry. I'm actually, no, I can't. I tried. I did try, though. Did you see me? I am going there. I try. No, but did you see how hard I was trying not to say it? I tried for a while though. So Fab happened. And
and that was just like a really fleeting thing.
Yeah, he wore cutoff sleeves. He was Zig before Zig was Zig.
Did they ever even confirm if Fab was gay or not?
I think he was into Tristan. I think they did allude that he was actually into Tristan.
Because it totally looked like it could have went the way of Fab ended up not being gay.
Yeah.
Also.
But he was, I think. And Tristan
was his name our clue to knowing for sure if he was gay? If so, shame on you, because that's me. That's
stereotypical.
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, Degrassi, wow.
Get it together. Stop drawing out of that dang hat.
Come on. And so, Fab ends up gay, and Tristan ends up in the hospital because
he's starving himself.
Too far.
And starving yourself is not good.
Yeah. And again,
Owen tries to get him to eat pudding, right?
Yeah, I think so. But again, Tristan is in the hospital, and his brother comes to see him. Not a parent in sight. But
their parents don't exist.
He was in the hospital.
That would have been the perfect opportunity, because he's a child, and you are not. They're not allowed to do anything to you medically without the parents' permission. So the parents needed to be present at some point, but Degrassi didn't show them because they don't exist.
So I don't know. He must be an orphan. This is so.
They
sad.
are orphans.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's squatting. He's squatting in that house.
He was in that same group home that Casey was in. We just didn't see them. We just didn't.
It's gonna come out later. It's gonna come out in season 15. It's gonna be the big secret.
Yeah, because Casey's gonna come back and be like, "Oh my gosh, Tristan, I forgot," or be like, "Oh, Tristan,
I remember we shared a room.
Yeah, you see this picture of us together at the group home that we used to be at all the time because we're both orphans." You're a social orphan. I mean, I'm a social orphan, but your parents are just gone. They're not here. And so
seriously, Degrassi, get it together.
Yeah. And so so Tristan, that happened, and the next thing I can remember happening is Paris. And I want to say Tristan's lost weight at this point.
Yeah.
And he's all, what's up?
He has a bleach blonde hair now. He was wearing a freaking beret on the bus. Was he?
I think he was wearing a beret on the bus. Like,
stop it. French people don't just walk around wearing berets.
Yeah, they don't.
Not in real life. I'm sorry.
Just a little nugget of wisdom.
Unless you do, and I just don't know it. But I feel like that's a stereotype.
Yeah, no, I feel like
freaking beret and long sleeve striped shirt is not the everyday apparel of people in France.
They all smoke.
Leo didn't wear.
They smoke baguettes. They smoke on bread. That's it. And they were like, so yeah, he goes to Paris. That whole thing with him and Miles happens.
Yeah,
where he's
that
like,
whole run-in.
He's like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are homophobic," and they're like, "No, we're not." And they're like, "Oh, you're gay then." And so he tries to kiss Miles, and Miles is like, "Nah, I'm not gay." And so he's like, "Oh, my bad."
Oh, it's okay. Well, you can go ahead and fall in love with my friend Maya.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do, bruh.
Tori's gone by this point. Yeah, Tori was very fleeting.
Tori just moved, and nobody talked about it. Nobody talked about it.
They don't text her. They don't message her. It wasn't a real friendship.
They're like, "Oh, well, glad that chick is gone. So what's up?" And then I think Zig literally one time said, like, "Oh, my girlfriend's gone," and then he just never talked about her again. So, okay.
But it's weird because they weren't even together. Why was he saying his girlfriend's gone?
Because he's done.
Whatever. Okay, Tristan. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about it now?
Is this? Yeah, I think that's.
I think we can talk about it now.
I think that's the next big thing that happened.
Enter Mr. Grant.
No.
Enter Mr. Grant.
Mr. Grant.
This mother trucker.
My gosh. Oh my god.
Mr. friggin' Grant.
So Mr. Grant. Let's just talk about let's just give Mr. Grant his own little Mr. Grant his little 30-minute bio. Mr. Grant comes in, he's an English teacher. He's young, he's cool, he's hot. And he decides to be kind of the drama leader too. And she says to Tristan, you know what? I'm a little hard on you because
I see myself in you.
Yeah. That was an innuendo.
They're playing a cat and mouse game for sure.
That was a little hint. I see myself
what was to
in
come. But what's weird is I didn't even necessarily see it coming.
I didn't either. I
didn't see this coming.
You know what? I just knew was gonna happen. I just thought I knew that Mr. Grant was going to be very nice to Tristan. Tristan was going to take it as,
I thought Tristan was just going to have a crush on him. It was going to be unrequited.
Yeah, and Mr. Grant was going to be like, okay, Tristan. At one point, he was going to be like, you know what, Tristan, this is a bit uncomfortable. This is inappropriate. You're a great kid, and you know what, you deserve like good things. But
I thought they were just going to have a connection of like him being like, I know how hard it is to be gay in this society, but I can be your mentor. Yes. Like I can be there for you. I thought it was going to be a platonic thing. I thought it was going to be platonic. No, it was not.
Spoiler alert. It was not in any way platonic because Tristan. It's weird because if I remember correctly, Tristan thought it was like. Tristan didn't really even pick up that it was like a thing that his teacher had a thing. The teacher was making moves first.
Mr. Grant!
The teacher made the first move. You're a grown man.
He preyed on him. This was a long con. A long con.
He's a sex offender.
What even happened with that?
I don't
They never even explained how it ended. He needs to be in jail. He better be rotting in jail, and that better be the reason we haven't heard anything from him.
And people literally, I feel like some people in the fandom, I think our fans are great. Like the fans of Degrassi, the other fans, we're a good community, okay? But I wanted to burn my house down. Not my house, actually. I was just going to burn Degrassi down. Because
I was going to burn her house down.
Why my house? Why we need to go to Canada and burn Degrassi
Because it's pretty extreme. It would be very extreme for me to burn down a friend of friend of mine. The house of a friend of mine.
Yes, but that's not nice. But anywho, I need to burn something because these fans
I'm about to freaking set fire to the rain because of this.
Some of these fans decided, let's make a ship for this. Let's actually encourage a sex offender.
No!
Okay, and then they decided to say, he's not a pedophile because Tristan's not a child.
A pedophile! Tristan is a child!
He is a child. They're like, pedophiles only prey on prepubescent children. That is not what the law says.
It's 2014.
The laws
have changed.
The law describes a pedophile as someone who preys on minors, who has these things toward minors. He's a sex offender. He's a sex offender. You know what? Fine. You know what? Let's just take it away. Let's just say, you know what? No, he's not a pedophile. Let's just say that. But what else do you want to call him? Because you can't call it an okay relationship.
No!
I'm not going to call him a sex offender anymore. I mean, a pedophile anymore. He's a sex offender.
Yep.
He needs to be on a registry, and there will not be elementary schools near his house. Because there just can't be.
Tristan may have thought that this was all well and good, that this was a mutual requited relationship, but if you watch very carefully, if you watch what went down very carefully, you don't even have to watch it that carefully. It becomes very obvious that Mr. Grant was strategically making these things happen step by step, dropping little hints, little clues, and slowly, not even really that slowly, drawing in Tristan to be preyed upon.
He he invited him to his house.
Even before that. Remember the book? The book, the story of these two lovers that couldn't be together.
And Zoe says, yeah, sounds like this secret guy is into you to give you a book like that.
Yeah, he gives Tristan that book and says that it reminds him of Tristan, the minor,
the child,
the freshman,
the 14-year-old.
He probably tried to pull a Frankie. I'm 14 because I'm 14. That means nothing.
No, you're a child. That's what that means. Actually. Sorry.
But you're a fresh teenager.
Yeah. And I just can't. And he decides, but yeah, he invited him to his house. Drank alcohol with him.
Gave him alcohol.
Gave him absinthe.
Purposefully.
He didn't even give him freaking this barefoot wine. He didn't get no barefoot wine from Walmart. No, he did not. He gave him absinthe. And drank it with a 14-year-old boy in his house. Home. With chips and dip. And then he made out with said boy.
He made out with him. He instigated
this 14-year-old boy. And then decided, you know what? It's time for us to actually
go further.
Do it.
He starts undoing Tristan's pants. Luckily, we thought it was going to be the ray of sun.
The nasty movie with the 14-year-old. I'm sorry. Go ahead. The nasty movie.
And then Tristan's like, oh, I'm not ready for this, da-da-da-da. And Tristan leaves and goes and talks to Zig. And he's like, oh, there's this new guy or whatever.
Well, he decided to talk to Zig about this? Sorry. Good figure.
And Zig, not knowing that the guy that Tristan was talking about was a grown man preying on him, performing the long con, Zig encourages it. Zig is part of the problem now.
He literally went to Zig to ask him about
for relationship advice.
Zig for relationship advice. Am I ready to have sex? I don't know. Am I going to ask a 14-year-old boy who's just as young as me? Why would you ask him? Zig was literally like the picture of teenage boy. All freaking sweaty and bumpy faced probably. And horny all the time.
So.
Can I say that?
What?
Horny.
Yeah, it's a word. Okay. So Zig encourages it. And then they don't show it happening. Thank God.
Oh.
Thank
the
Jesus.
Lord for that.
They don't show it happening, but Tristan and Mr. Grant do sleep together. We know because Tristan goes and talks to Zoe at school, and he's all bubbly and happy, and Zoe's like, oh, what are you so happy about? And Tristan tells her that he had sex for the first time. Doesn't clarify that it was with an old man.
This grown man took this boy's virginity. And he did the nasty movie with him.